Head coach Sean Nahas here with us after the Courage 4-1 win in San Diego. Coach, for starters, an open statement on the game tonight.
Yeah, good result. Thought it was a professional result from the group, coming into an emotional night. But I thought overall we put on a good performance. Players did what was asked, scored a couple of good goals. Um, took some of the emotion out of the game early, and um, yeah, I thought the group was fantastic from top to bottom, and these are the type of results that we're going to need moving forward, and especially with us being unhealthy. Um, yeah, it was a bright spot for us for sure, especially on the road.
Victoria Klum has her hand up. Go ahead.
Hi, Sean. You know, it seemed like that you had to kind of weather a bit of a disjointed early going in the game. The teams really seemed to handle that well. Um, Finally getting some goals on the board, not just off of set pieces, but off of out of the run of play too. Can you tell us what your thoughts are on kind of getting that going, and getting a crucial 3 points on the road?
I don't care how we score. Set pieces, run a play, a goal's a goal. And one doesn't count more than the other. I think overall, we I think anytime you come on the road, you sort of the first 10 minutes you're always going to be on your heels and let the game settle in. And then once we got a hold of the ball and started doing our thing, we found really good spaces. I felt we were a little bit careless in our possession sometime and the lack of detail. But yeah, I think overall, once we settled in, we really dictated the game a little bit.
Malia Berkeley has 3 assists on the night. Talk about her game tonight.
Yeah, she was great. I mean, no surprise. I think she's starting to come into her own, and but I think overall, top to bottom, it was a team performance. I know you guys like to ask about individual players, but I talk about the team, and it was a great team performance overall. And these are the moments that are going to make us continue to press forward, and it gives us a little bit of separation, especially on the standings. And these are 3 points that I think are real critical for us. But there's something different about our mentality right now and a belief, and I give the players all the credit in the world.
Thanks, Sean.
Yeah.
Lewis from WRAL, take it away.
Sean, you spoke a little bit about the emotion of the day in San Diego. What were those beginning moments like, especially those first 15 minutes when Alex has the opportunity there to score and then is taken out of the game?
I mean, it wasn't anything that we didn't expect. I think, you know, it, from a fan perspective, it would have been great for her to score. I didn't care that she didn't, but look, I'll speak on Alex. I think, um, she deserves a ton of credit and all the accolades that she gets and recognition she gets because of one, who she is, but also what she's done for the game and how she's had a voice in creating a platform. And I told my players in the locker room that when she comes out in the 13th minute, that my expectations are, and we will stand and we will clap and we will support her. And because she's laid the foundation for these players to have this future. Um, and she's done it with her voice. She did it effortlessly. She did it without care. She always stood true to herself. But I told her after the game and even before the game, I thanked her for everything she did for our players because she's created this, and she carried a big burden throughout her career, and she responded every single time. She's won World Cups, but at the same time, she did it with a weight on her shoulders that not many people would be able to carry. So yeah, I'm really happy for her that she's able to go out on her own terms, even though it may have been a little bit earlier. But wish her nothing but health and happiness. And again, can't thank her enough. I thought it was important that our players stood out there for the end of the game and supported her because um, she's been one that supported them their whole career. So yeah, it was great to be a part of. And yeah, I wish her nothing but the best in her next endeavors.
And you mentioned also just having to weather any kind of emotional start on the road from the team you're playing. What was the biggest difference in what you all were able to do, scoring so quickly off that header in the first 3-4 minutes? What worked so well in that first half in particular?
I I mean, look, we're on the road and there's always doubts, and all the knuckleheads in the world talk about how we're bad on the road, but minus 2 games, show me a bad performance. But I think it just comes down to belief and trusting the structure. And we obviously the last couple of weeks we've made some alterations to our structure and the setup that we want because it wasn't working. and players just weren't being disciplined enough. And I reemphasized that and showed them data why it's not working, and then it's their job to take it. You know, Bianca's goal comes from us talking about finding that space, and Malia plays a great seam ball. And but again, the players are the ones that play. We provide them with insight and information, then to what they do with it. And you know, my number one job is I hope that people, when they watch us play, they're entertained and they think that we play a really nice brand of football. And it's enjoyable, and it's something that they want to be a part of. And I think whether you like what we do, don't like what we do, whatever, I don't care about that. I just want to make sure that when we're done, that we leave the game in a better place too, just like those before us did. And yeah, like I said, I was really proud of the players for executing the game plan to a T, and this is what happens when you do that.
Thank you, Sean.
Nicholas, writing for nccourage.com. Go ahead.
Hey, Sean. Danny surpassed 10,000 career NWSL minutes tonight. We've seen her play in a couple of different roles this season, both, left back, center back, and her normal midfield role. What has her ability to step up in those different positions meant to the team this season? And what have you thought of her performances in all those different roles?
Well, that's why we brought her here. I mean, she's basically a Swiss Army knife. And, when we moved her to left back, it's because of the way we play our left back and the position that she takes up. So there was a familiar space with her. Playing her in the 6 today, that's her natural spot. Maybe she likes to play as an 8 a little bit, but she filled in for room, and that's important. We feel we have a really excellent midfield group, top to bottom. And Riley's not even here. Manaka's not here. Rumi's injured or dealing with some knocks. But Sully and Danny stepped up big time. Pinto came in and solidified the midfield when she went in, and Ash got into a rhythm. So again, it's a team dynamic. You have to trust each other, and it's not just one individual player. But Danny, when we've asked her to do it, she's done it without worry, and has stepped in and filled in holes that were important for us. And yeah, she's a big part of what we do. And the best is that I see her smiling when she plays, and that's all I care about.